Good afternoon. I know you expected a Mr. Febin, but my name always is not very clear. So I'm Febin from Larsen and Toubro. I'm sure all of you know about L&T. Okay. Little bit different background. I know we're all talking AI, technology, etc., but I come with a different perspective and applications because I'm basically a civil engineer, a structural engineer to be precise, and been with L&T for 30 years. And we are talking about something that is revolutionizing the education itself, engineering education. And currently, I'm actually heading a vertical called L&T EduTech, as he was telling. It's basically looking at the talent that comes out of colleges and looking at what industry needs. What is that with the 85-year-old expertise that we all have and our journey, and what is the inputs that we can give in terms of skilling the students in the institutions, as well as reskilling and upskilling the professionals. So this is the heart of what L&T EduTech is all about, and currently we are partnered with more than 60 institutions across the country, and also about 30 enterprises. We have 2 lakh students who are with us, and in various forms, and state government of Tamil Nadu, we are part of the skilling. Why I'm saying this is, wherever we go, the requirement is, yes, what is it, what you're doing, how is it going to impact the students in the future? And basically, if you look at L&T, I can talk about us. We take nearly 4,000 engineers. Engineers, what I mean is the core engineers. And we take about 15 to 20,000 computer science engineers, right? And looking at the deployment, looking at the time that we spend as well on making them industry ready. When I say industry ready, it's more like somebody may think, what is technology in civil engineering, right? What is technology in mechanical engineering? I do not know how many core engineers are here, but I can tell you that I have seen the journey in 30 years that how technology is very, very key. And I'll also show you some interesting things that we do at Larsen and Toubro as well. Today we are talking AI so much, but I'm sure you'll agree with me that AI was not born today. I mean, even 30 years back, 40 years back, we are actually using them. If I can say in the engineering parlance, we did a lot of modeling, we did neural networks, we did fuzzy neural networks back 40 years back. But the change is that the scale and how today we are, it's become the buzzword, and the kind of exposure it's having from top to bottom. I think that's the only difference. But otherwise, the core of this, the technology, and what is artificial intelligence, what is machine learning, what is IoT, what is everything that we are talking about, Gen AI that we are talking about. We heard the panel, how ChatGPT is used so much, right? I mean, it's all solutioning according to me. And if there is a problem and we are finding a solution using this technology, then that's it. So that way I would like to actually tell you that I always request when I go to institutions or addressing parents or students or educators, it is like, let's not separate technology from engineering. Let's not separate that it's only belonging to a particular, it's not that only coding is technology. So this is something that we keep saying. And today, to build our country, we need more engineers in terms of who can find solutions, who can work fast, who can understand logics, who can quickly, put things together, because we are moving to bigger things. Earlier, to just construct one house is a project. Today, it is no more that is there. We print projects. We build huge things. In Bombay, you know that the ceiling that has been inaugurated, and I don't know how many of you have gone over it, was built by L&T. I mean, but for us to do a project like that on land and on, earth or sand is something that, can you teach them in this college? Did we all come with that knowledge of how do I pour concrete in water? No, but if we can understand what is required for the country, for the customer, then the solutioning aspect comes, and that's where technology we need to use. I will talk only, I mean, I know many have talked about AI and everything. I'll talk only from the engineering because I think that's where I've been asked to speak as well. Engineering for me starts with drawings. Any engineer who is here 30, 40 years back, our first subject is drawing, right? And what is AI that you must be wondering? So when I joined L&T also, it was on a tracing sheet and, blade and pencil, all that. If I release a drawing, if I have to correct, I have to again, do a lot of scratching and all that. But today, I mean, not even today, 15 years back or 20 years back, L&T has started something, automation here in technology, where if you come to our campus, you can walk into buildings virtually before it is being built. That's an experience which we give whoever comes, and our customers are really, and we thought about it 20 years back. What I mean is that is solutioning. Like, I prepare a 2D drawing, I send it, and then I get the comments, and then I incorporate. We don't do that anymore, right? So there is a software, we call it building information modeling. I mean, software, there are other companies, but the concept is building information. You can walk into this entire thing without even building it, and then you can say, hey, I don't like this wall here, or you can say, I don't like this pipe here, and you can correct it then and there. So that also for me is automation, it is technology, and we have saved. It all leads to savings in time, savings in cost. I mean, whatever we do is ultimately business, and if you save time, it's saving cost. And this, when I say 2D to 3D, we went into 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D, right? So you must be wondering what it is. I mean, I'm not going to explain much, but you can think about it, right? 3D is you'll walk into, then you build in schedules, you build time, you build cost, you build the entire project, vendor management, and all those things. When you do, then it goes into so many layers. And at the click of a button, you are able to see what you're doing. So I wanted to actually say that technology is not just stressed. I'm only trying to stress the point that we need to tell the educators and we need to tell students that they need to look for the domain, the concepts, fundamentals being strong rather than the runaway thing. I mean, there could be a lot of buses, but unless you are fundamentally strong, it's not going to help our country. I mean, we have lakhs and lakhs of students coming out, but how many of you can vouch for all of them? So that's the worry we also have. And with projects like, the bullet train project or the high-speed rail project that we're doing, one project is only for one contractor, say take L&T, it is nearly 1 lakh crores. We can't even think. For me, when I joined, 1 crore project was big. So, which means how many people you will need and what kind of people you will need. The leadership, you need leadership as you come in. So, and today's children are very smart. So, these are the things that we want to really bring out in engineering education, and that is where we are trying to actually show the engineering students and the young professionals of what an industry can do and how you can actually make use of technology. So I do not know, this is a project under construction. Why I took all this is because according to me, a building, all of us love building our own house, etc. Right? So this brings out a little bit of, you can understand, you can identify with it. Now, if you look at this, earlier it's very difficult. I'm doing a high-rise building. How do I go to the 100th floor and check something? Today, we are using industrial IoT. We are using RFIDs. Sitting in a cabin, I can look at where this building is going. I can look at any wastage of material. I can look at how many labor is there in every floor. I can look at how many machines are idling, right? So these are the things that is possible with technology, right? We are using drones now. We are no more using tapes and stations, etc. We are using drones. We are using satellites to understand level differences, and that is how. And with the dashboards, we are able to take decisions. Okay, how to optimize resource usage. So these are the things that we are doing, and I really wanted to share it with you because I wanted to again and again stress the importance of usage of technology in engineering. It's a small video. How many minutes is it? dashboard that I'm talking about, it's live. At any point of time, you can, get all the data. A chairman can actually look at any project from anywhere that he is on, and it's actually, so we have developed apps, the project heads. Earlier, we have to go up and down. We have to understand something may happen in one corner. There can be some very urgent thing happening, but today it's all kind of live. So I'm not going to get into this. So basically, I think I've conveyed the point that it is more about productivity improvement, and we are using AI, ML, IoTs everywhere. And I wanted to actually bring out an interesting thing that I don't know if anyone could even think about, the immense volume of business that we do, because we are able to do such big projects because we have taken on to digital construction at a very early stage. And that was a drive that was done in the company. And I think this will take our country forward, right? I mean, this is how we can do things faster. I mean, otherwise we'll be having traffic jams and roads, all potholes, everything for a longer time. Can we do it quickly? So I'm only looking at connecting to the common man in terms of, the infrastructure that is being built in our country. So I talked about L&T EduTech already. So we are trying to actually tell engineers that, you have to look at more exciting and challenging careers, and not just look at an entry-level job, but you have to actually make yourself equipped to handle any kind of problem, any kind of solution, and which means that they need to be multidisciplinary. An electrical engineer needs to know AI. A civil engineer needs to know AI. A mechanical engineer needs to know robotics, automation. How is he going to do? How is he going to improve productivity? How can the shop floor be clean and neat and quick, outcomes, results? That is what we are trying to. I just wanted to share with all of you. So that's where we kind of reached out to institutions, and I'm glad that a lot of institutions also had the same, kind of pain, I can say, and that's where we are able to partner with institutions that have the same vision, and we're seeing a lot of results, right? I mean, when they come out and they do better, and they are absorbed in companies like us, that is where our success lies. And we are not stopping there. We are actually started tracking them in the industry as well. How is your performance? Has this helped you? Okay, I gave you inputs on something. Are you okay? Are you doing well in your career? So to some extent, we are planning to actually continue that for that. And so the main thing here is seeing and touching and feeling. I mean, while we all opted for online classes, online platforms, we also do that. We have an online platform. We have content developed from our sites. We took all projects. We went and digitized a lot of things. How to do, how are we doing it in the industry? An entry-level engineer comes in and what he or she will do, all that we have also digitized. But at the same time, we're making it mandatory that these people visit, go and see what they're studying. So this is another thing that we are trying to do, because I think unless they see that seriousness and the understanding, better understanding will not happen. So from the safety pledge to finally giving a report on what they saw, it's not going to be just a tour of anything, but then they have to come back and say what they saw. And even if it's a small nut and bolt, and how a truss sits on a bolt correctly, to how concrete is poured, or how a substation, how a transformer is being mounted, I think even if they see even a small thing, I think that will spark. So that's where we are trying to, because today's engineers, as you know, students, the attention span is simply not there. Unless you give shorts, they will not see, and they won't scroll for learning. So we are really, not more than the academicians, but we are also finding it a little challenging to get their attention, and we are also trying to do a lot of these things so that the students really, get hooked to whatever they are supposed to learn and do better. So we also take in senior academicians to our campuses, to our facilities, and try to show them, because they are the ones, ultimately they are the mentors to our students. This I talked about. It's just not coding, it's about understanding the problem and finding a solution. So that's what AI is about according to us. And if I'm able to show something with that technology, with the usage of this, to convert one of my problems and get better business, better outcome for the customer, I think that's when this will be successful. Otherwise, I think it will only be like, we'll talk, but then there should be action. That's what we believe in. And yeah, this is another video. I'll not go into it. I think it's an interesting video. It's a smart factory. I mean, you all can understand it. Runs on its own. No people you'll find in our factory, at least. If you go to Hazira, anybody from Gujarat, you'll find that we are doing huge things there, refineries and defense manufacturing, where you'll find absolute silence and neatness inside that entire manufacturing. So this is what I wanted to actually talk about. I'm just trying to make it short as per the request, and I thank the organizers for inviting us here, and thanks to my colleague Murli, who is also accompanied me, and thank you all of you. I look forward to connecting with many of you in the future. Thank you.